I got a great topic that I just want to talk to you girls about today. I coach softball girls and baseball girls. And baseball players. But this past weekend we had a tournament, and I always like to come to the lives with little tips and tricks on what worked and what didn't work, what I saw the players do and what I talked to them about. And today I want to share with you, I want to talk to you about attitude. Okay, I want to talk to you about attitude. I know you hear it a lot from your parents, hear it from your coaches, but I want to give you a different perspective, okay? I want you to know, here's like a public service announcement. I want you to know that when you have a bad attitude in a game, you are really suffocating, choking your abilities. Listen to me closely. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna go in detail about it. Go down. I'm gonna explain it to the best of my ability. But I want you to know, the ones that are watching on here today, that you need to clean up your attitude. All right? I get that you're emotional and it sucks to fail. It sucks not hitting your goals. It sucks having a bad at bat. It sucks not being able to throw a strike. It sucks making errors. I get it. But if you want to get out of that rut, it is not going to be through a bad attitude. Like every single time you have a bad attitude, bad results, more is coming your way. Bad results are coming your way even more. You're digging yourself in a deeper hole. Okay? And Amani said a good one, like you're choking the rest of your team too. Yeah, because nobody wants to be around a bad apple. All right? It's the most devastating thing to have a leader or a person on your team with a bad attitude. It sucks the whole energy out of the ball team. So this is a public service announcement just in case you on this live have a bad attitude. Just in case you show bad attitude traits sometimes in the game, I want to hold you accountable on this live today. I want you to feel that bad attitude coming, and I want you to check that attitude to be like, yo, you ain't coming out today. It's about the team, and it's about us it's about us being in position to win this game. And I'm not going to do anything negative that's going to pull us apart. So I really wanted to talk to you about that today, about your attitudes, to make sure that your attitudes are in check. All right? Now, here's some unacceptable things that I need for you to write this down. These are just unacceptable. I get when you're emotional about succeeding, but the unacceptable things are when things are not going your way, you don't cheer on your teammates. Like, that's unacceptable. Like, you need to grow up. Stop acting like a spoiled brat. If you ain't seeing the ball and ain't hitting the ball, ain't touching the ball, look, you had your time. Now it's time for you to be a good teammate and be a leader. Just because you're not hitting doesn't mean that you're not a leader. A leader leads by example, okay? So when you're not doing well, you need to be up on that fence doing the best you can to root the next person on. When you strike out, learn this right here. Learn this saying. When you strike out and you pass the person that's walking up to the next person that's getting ready to take the batter's box, tell them when they pass you, hey, pick me up right here. Get out of your own way. Because when you have a bad attitude, you know what I call that? I told my team that I coached this past weekend. I said, when you have a bad attitude and can't get out of it, that is very selfish. That's very selfish. Like when you have a bad attitude and can't get out of it, that's an excuse. That's very selfish. It's a decision, right? When I learned how to be a leader, is because a leader came to me when I had that selfish moment on the bench where I didn't want to talk to nobody. People came up to me and I was shunning them away like, man, leave me alone. I'm good. I told you I'm all right. Leave me alone. That right there is a baby. That's a toddler. That's a pre-K. All right? And for the ones that watch, Boss Baby, that's a preak. Pre-K, preak. I watch Boss Baby on Netflix. I'm just being honest. That's a great show, and you should watch it. Boss Baby. Give me some hearts if you watch Boss Baby on Netflix. Like, that's pretty dope. But you got to grow up. Sisters, listen to me closely. You got to grow up. Here's another reason why you got to grow up. I'm a scout. If I come to watch you play, and the moment that I see, here's another unacceptable, you take your helmet off and toss it down the line, or toss it in the dugout, or slam it down, you're done. I don't care if you had 2 home runs that game. The moment that I see a meltdown, you just got out one time, and you're throwing your helmet, you're throwing your equipment, you shot yourself in your own foot, it's not happening for you. Do you think that I'm getting ready to call somebody and let them know, hey, man, she's very good. She's great, although she's working on her attitude because she tends to throw things sometimes. What college is going to be like, oh, that sounds like that's us. We want that. Full scholarship. No. There's a lot of people that miss opportunities of greatness because they can't get out of their own way with their bad attitude. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. I've heard of stories. I'm sure you've heard of stories. If not, there are stories out there of girls that are really good, but nobody wanted to play with them. I feel like I'm preaching right now. And there's some girls on here right now that are like, yeah, he's talking about our team. There's girls that nobody wants to play with because they have a freaking bad attitude. They're really good. It could help the team physically, but having them on the team is a cancer, and nobody wants them on the team. If you get labeled as a bad attitude, it's hard to get a job out here playing on some teams because nobody wants you. Your attitude, your reputation goes before you and your name. I hope I'm helping somebody right now. I hope you got me loud. I hope that I know that 1 or 2 people on here right now are like, yo, he's talking to me, and I want to make sure I go far in softball, but he's talking to me about my attitude, and I need to get it straight. Let me help you if you're one of those people on here. I hope you're taking notes. If you're a person with a bad attitude, this is how you get rid of it. Start to slow down and see the big picture. You need to understand that when you fail in softball, it's a part of the process. Like, failing is a part of the process. Everybody that is great is good at failing. Look at that. Everybody that is great in life doesn't worry about failing. They may look like they're pissed off or upset when they fail, but they have learned how to process failing and use it towards their practice to get better at it. There's nobody that's at the top that just sits there and says, I quit every time I fail, because they would not be at the top. I'm preaching. I'm preaching right now. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Let me tell you another thing. If you hate failing, then stop playing sports. If you hate failing, then stop playing sports. Shoot, if you hate failing, then don't leave your house. Like, failing is necessary for you to be great in life. You need to be able to suck at something in order for you to be like, you know what? I don't want to continue to suck at this. I don't want to be bad at this anymore. I'm going to go home. I'm going to practice. I'm going to get a schedule together. I'm tired of being picked last. I'm tired of being the butt of everybody's jokes. I'm tired of playing on this low-level team. I want to play on a high-level team. I'm tired of not being selected. I'm tired of being honorable mention. I'm tired of not getting my name called. I want my name in the newspaper. I possibly want to go to school on a scholarship. I want to go to a D1 school on a scholarship. I want to go as far as my softball can take me. Well, if you want to go as far as your softball will take you, then you must know the equation. You need to fail in order to get towards success. It's a part of the process. Clean up your attitude. Here's another tip for you right here. This is what worked for me, and this is what I suggest that should work for you girls on here today. Teach yourself this. Parents, if you're on here, teach your kids this. Coach, if you're on here, teach your kids this. When you get out, give them 30 seconds for them to have their selfish time. That gives them time to reflect on what they did wrong. That gives them time to boil over up here. But after the 30 seconds is up, it's time for you to be back with the team. I'll give you 30 seconds. When you get out, as soon as you strike out, as soon as you get out, the counter starts. You have 30 seconds to yourself in the dugout. Taking your batting gloves off, taking your helmet off. Sit on that bench. You got about 10 seconds, 15 seconds left. Reflect on what happened. Come up with a plan. Know what you're going to do. And when that time is up, get your butt on the fence and cheer on your teammates. Because that's part of growing up. This ain't T-ball no more. It's time to grow up. Most of y'all are young ladies that are well on your way to being adults very soon. And it's time to start acting like it. A lot of times people, like especially your parents, they say you want to be treated older. Well, you got to act older. Stop pouting so much. I'm preaching. I know I'm preaching. You know when I know I'm preaching? I see the hearts go up. I see the hearts go up. What up, Mackenzie? You late, honey, but it's okay. You good. I got you down. I got you down. We talking about having a bad attitude and how to adapt. You get 30 seconds to yourself. That's the only time you got when you get out. The rest of it belongs to your teammates and your team. That's how you start the process on being a leader, is when people see you struggle on your team and then they see you still cheering people on. That's going to teach the other people on your team like, wow, I see Stacy. She's having a hell of a weekend. She's 0 for 52, but the girl is still on the fence cheering. She's still uplifting. She's still playing hard on defense. She still have her spirits up. That right there is the mark of a champion, is the mark of a leader. Thank you, Ava. I appreciate you. So when we lost, we were runner-up this weekend, guys. We were runner-up this weekend. It was a tough loss. We on paper, we were better, way better than that team. But that's what I love about baseball and softball. You gotta make sure you play hard no matter who's across the field, because at any given point, you could lose to anybody. You don't take it for granted. I told them before the game, I said, guys, we're going to go out here and don't play the team across the field. You play yourself. You out hustle. You know what you need to do. You go out there and win every inning. If you go out there and play down to your competition, anything can happen. We could lose this game. We ended up losing. So when we got to the huddle, I told my guys, I said, listen up, listen up, listen up. It was our first tournament. So I said, guys, I'd rather lose this tough one today, early in this summer season right here, than to lose it in a big ball game. We needed to lose this tournament. We needed to. We were runner-ups, but we needed to lose. Why did you think I tell them that we needed to lose? Because we learned so much from our failures. I went down the line and I told them individually, I said, hey, you had a great weekend, but that one tiny mistake kind of opened the door for us. I'm not calling you out. I'm just letting you know that's what we need to work on all throughout this week. So when we play next time, you won't make the same mistake. And I went down the line and I told each and every one of them, like, listen, that little thing that you did wrong could cause us a championship. It cause us a game. So don't just say, oh, well, because if you say, oh, well, and don't work on it, it's going to show up every weekend that you don't address it. Every weekend it's going to show up because you didn't address it during the week. We're seeing the hearts go up. That means the man is preaching. Yo, if I'm preaching, hey, you got to put those hands up. If that hands emoji, that lets me know that I'm preaching. Put the hands up like this. Put that emoji up. That lets me know I'm preaching. Put the church emoji up. Press church. Put the church emoji up. That lets me know I'm preaching. I'm about to call myself the softball preacher. Because I be preaching. I be preaching on here.